Hey everyone, Sam here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Leader Class, The Last Knight Nemesis Prime. And this is a figure that I was kind of hesitant to get my hands on since I already owned the Age of Extinction figure. But I gotta say, this figure has thoroughly impressed me, so let us get right into it. So starting off at the front, we have nice image there of Nemesis Prime in his robot mode, in his truck mode, Transformers Studio Series, Transformers Last Knight, Nemesis Prime. And we got on the top, Transformers Last Knight, Nemesis Prime. On the side of the box, we have nice artwork there of Nemesis Prime, Transformers Studio Series, Transformers Last Knight. And on the other side of the box, we just have the rest of the artwork there. On the bottom, you just have product information and a barcode, and on the back of the box you have your product renders of Nemesis Prime in his robot mode, in his truck mode. There he is with his additional weapons, screen grab from the movie, and a brief bio. Nemesis Prime. Nemesis Prime is the dark alter ego of Optimus Prime. And that's basically it for the box. And moving right along, here we have Nemesis Prime in his truck mode, basically a carbon copy of the Age of Extinction mold with a few differences here and there. So we're going to start off at the front grille. Very nice silver there for the front grille, silver for the sun visor. Love the nice red painted flames there. Got the gunmetal gray for the smokestacks, for the gas tanks, for the trailer hitch. Basically everything that was gray on the original is going to be like dark gray, gunmetal gray here. Same nice detailing there for the truck bed. There is the bottom, same basic transformation. Same transformation as the Age of Extinction mold, and it does roll pretty smoothly. So there you go. And for size comparisons, we got a lot of size comparisons to do today. So we're going to start off with my army of primes. Here it is with the one that started it all, Earthrise Optimus Prime. Here he is with Bumblebee Movie Optimus Prime. Here it is with the myth, the legend himself, 86 Optimus Prime. Here he is with Transformers 1 Optimus Prime. Here he is with the 07 Optimus Prime. And here he is with the Age of Extinction variant. And as you can see, stark differences in terms of the shading of plastic. You have light gray for the Age of Extinction and dark gray, gunmetal gray for the Last Knight. And now we're gonna do two niche comparisons. So here he is with Age of Extinction Galvatron. And here he is with Age of Extinction Grimlock. Cannot wait to get the Titan class version of him. As far as accessories go, he does include the same stuff that was with the Age of Extinction version, along with some new stuff as well. So here it is. So he comes with the Sword of Judgment, and as I said before, everything that was gray on the Age of Extinction version is going to be dark gray and gunmetal gray on the Last Knight version. So there you have the two Swords of Judgment side by side. Then you'll also have the shield there, his shield that he had in the movie. And just before, there it is with the original shield. And the shield still has the same blaster function that the original did, where you just pull this apart, and you just, there we go, and then it reveals the hidden blaster there. It does come with the sheath for the sword, and as well as the thing that holds the shield. And now on to the new stuff. Instead of the Energon blade, you get the arm blade that he used when he was fighting Bumblebee. And you get his handheld blaster that he used throughout the film. All of the accessories can be stored on the truck mode, so we can just take the sheath here that will plug into the trailer hitch. Take the sword, just plug it into there. Take the shield, that will just plug over the top. Then you take the gun that will plug on it to this tab right there. And the arm blade will plug on to the other side here. There we go. Oh, wait, no, I had it too far forward. It needs to be a little further back. There we go. Now it just plugs onto there. And there we go. That's all of your accessories stored in truck mode. And that's basically it for the truck mode. It's not too different from the Age of Extinction mode, but I do personally quite like it. So let's get him into his robot mode. To transform Nemesis Prime into his robot mode, the first thing you're going to want to do is take the sides and just untab them. Then you're going to want to take the roof and just unplug it and fold it back. Then you're going to want to take these side sections right here, fold them out, fold this section down. Then you're going to do is just crack it like an egg. Yep, and that should just free all that up. You're going to split the truck bed down the middle. And there we go. So we are just going to fold this section down, shimmy this in, fold in the trailer hitch, fold this section back up, rotate this around, and there we go. We're going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm just going to shimmy that in, fold this in, fold this up and over the top. Yep, there we go. Then we can take these sections right here, and they will just fold down and clip into place. So this section right here will just fold it in and clip into place like that. Rotate the float around. Rotate the legs 90 degrees at the thigh. Open up the feet. And there we go. And there is the legs all done. Basically the same transformation as the Age of Extinction one. And yeah, this is basically the same transformation as the Age of Extinction figure. Like they've basically done nothing new with this mold. But there we go. We're just gonna move on to the arms. Oh, first thing we're gonna do is rotate the waist 180 and then fold down the loincloth. Then we're gonna take this section right here and just like we did with that roof section, we're just gonna crack it like an egg, like that. Fold these side sections down. And then you're going to want to untab the arms. They're actually tabbed in way more securely than the Age of Extinction one. You're going to untab the shoulder pad. Yep, fold this up. There we go. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. Just untab that. You got to use a little bit of extra force because these pegs are much tighter than the Age of Extinction pegs. Yep, and then we have the arms all done. Then we are just going to move. We're just going to move things up so that way I have some room to work here. Okay, so then we're going to take these front sections right here and just fold them down like so. We're just going to untab them fold them down. I'm going to take this entire back section, just shift it up, fold these sections in, and they will tab into place. Fold down the side skirts, fold down the chest plate and the abs. Gonna orient the arms. Oh, you're going to want to make sure that this back section stays plugged in. Then you're just going to want to orient the arms and the side panels so that way they fit all nice and secure like. There we go. Once those panels are nice and secure like, we can straighten out the arms. Fold out the shoulder pads. There we go. Straighten out the arm. Fold out the shoulder pad. There we go. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take the back section, fold it down, rotate it around, fold in the front grille, splay out the door sections, fold this up, fold this down, and we're going to bend at the doors at this hinge right here, and they will just sit there like that, and they will just tab into place right here, and then they will just tab into place like that, and then we can just fold the back plate down, and there we go. There we have Nemesis Prime in his robot mode. And he looks amazing. I love what they did with the dark gray plastic. It really makes those paint apps like pop out. Yeah, my main issue with the original Age of Extinction mold was just the lack of paint. But this somewhat solves it, but not all the way. But it is good enough, and I will take that. So, let's get a closer look at the head sculpt there. Nice head sculpt there with some nice blue there for the head crest, some silver there for the face. Got the nice red stripe going down the right side of the face there when Quintessa Will Smith slapped him. Then got some nice silver there for the sides there. Back of the head is basically just unpainted plastic. There you go. And then nice red there for the abs. Well, nice red there for the pecs. Nice gold for the abs. It's nice gunmetal gray on the thighs. Love the nice painted detailing on the shins here. Again, they still have the smokestacks out to the side. I do not like that. I kind of wish they would have found a way to fix that for this mold. And he has the night gauntlets, which were unfortunately absent on the Age of Extinction variant. I love that they included the night gauntlets here this time, because canonically he had the night gauntlets after he got the sword, not before. So, yeah, So, there we go. And, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. As far as articulation goes, the head is on a ball joint. This can look wiggly, can look up, can look down. Head can't really do a full 360 due to shoulder pads. Arms can rotate, do a full 360. They can move in and out. You do have bicep rotation. You do have over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. You do have wrist rotation. The hands can move in and out, and the fingers can open and close. He does have waist rotation. The legs can move forward that far, back that far, outward. It can do the full splits. It does have thigh rotation. It does have 90 degrees of bend at the knee. Feet can't really move up or down, but you do have ankle tilt and ankle swivel. So, same posability as the Age of Extinction model, which I do quite like. I don't really think I could wish for anything more here. And as far as the accessories go, he can hold the Sword of Judgment in one hand. Well, he has the shield there. You can just plug the shield onto the arm. I mainly like to put the Sword of Judgment in this hand. So you just take the hand, open it up. Oh, and the sword does have the disconnecting system for the 5mm port hands like the last one did. So you can put this into the hands of your figures that don't necessarily have moving fingers, which is quite nice. So you can just plug that in there, and there we go. Now he's holding his Sword of Judgment. And as for the other weapons, you can fold this up, just like you did on the Age of Extinction version, plug that in, and once again, that does create this ugly back flap here, which I'm not necessarily a fan of. Kind of wish they would have found a way to get around that. But yeah, and then we can take the arm blade here. This will plug onto the back, as well as for his blaster here, we can plug that onto the back as well. And there we go, that is your storage for all of your weapons. So there you have that, and now for size comparisons, let's bring in the Armada of Primes. Here he is with the one that started it all, Earthrise Optimus Prime. Here he is with Bumblebee Movie Optimus Prime. Here he is with Rise of the Beasts Optimus Prime with the DNA kit. Here he is with Transformers 1 Optimus Prime, also with the DNA kit. Here he is with Bayverse Optimus Prime. Here he is with 86 Optimus Prime. And last but not least, here he is with the original Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. And they do look quite good side by side, and I do think Nemesis is a worthy upgrade to the original mold. And as far as niche comparisons go, let's bring in Grimlock. Cannot wait to get the Titan class version. He just towers over Prime, and he's going to tower over Prime even more once the Titan class version comes out. And last but not least, for comparisons, here we have Age of Extinction Galvatron. To get Nemesis Prime transformed back into truck mode, you're gonna want to take the back section here. Basically, if you've transformed I'm going to say this again. I said this when going into robot mode, and I'm going to say it again here. If you have the Age of Extinction figure, and if you've transformed the Age of Extinction figure, you will more or less know what to expect here. There's not really a whole lot new that they added. So you're just going to want to take the door panels and hinge these up. You'll want to take the sun visor, flip this up, take the grill, fold it down, rotate this entire assembly around. Then you're going to want to fold up the door panels there, and they will just plug into place, and the sun visor will just come down over the top and click into place there. Now, as for the arms, we're going to take the chest section right here. We're going to untab it, and it will just hinge up and over there. We can fold in the abs there, like camera focus. Yep, and then we can display all of this out. And now we can get to work on this whole section right here. So we're going to fold up the side skirts. We're going to fold up these sections here. And then we can sort of like start condensing all of this together. So just like with the Age of Extinction figure, you have this rounded piece that's going to fit into that groove there. And you're going to want to make sure that it just fits nice and snugly in that groove there. And then we can start closing all of this up over the top. And we can sort of start condensing the front of the truck mode right here into place. And there we go. There is the front of the truck mode all done. And now we're going to move down to the arms, because the arms are basically the same way that they transform the Age of Extinction mold. So we're going to fold this up. We are going to carefully open up this panel here and fold that into place. Rotate the arm 180 degrees, bend it back. Plug it into the door there, and then we're going to take the shoulder pad and just plug it into there. And actually, I love the tolerances on these shoulder pads. They actually stay plugged into place, unlike the Age of Extinction figure, which these kind of, when I'm transforming the Age of Extinction figure, these always love to pop out of place. So that's basically one arm done. Now we will do the same for the other arm. And once you have both arms transformed, you can just fold them up, clip them together, and then just clip them into the front of the truck there. And there we go. There we have the whole front of the truck there. Then we're going to fold up the loincloth, rotate the waist 180 degrees. Then we are going to rotate the legs 90 degrees at the thigh. Then we can just sit them down like that. Then we are going to collapse the feet in. There we go. We're going to fold all of this. We're going to undo all of this and fold it up. The same on this side right here. There we go. And then what we can do is we're going to unfold the wheel section, fold out this section right here, fold this out, fold out the trailer hitch, there we go. And then we can just fold that back into place, and that will just be that will just sit there all nice and secure like, and then we can rotate this around. Then we are going to do the same for the other leg. So we're just going to fold that around, undo this panel right here, fold this assembly out, fold out the trailer hitch, and there we go. And then we can just connect all of this together at the back bumper. And then we will connect all of it together at the trailer hitch, which is easier said than done. We can just connect all of this trailer hitch. There we go. And then we can connect this back assembly there. Then we fold out the roof. Then we accordion all of this down. Then we accordion all of this down and in, and that will just plug in. And if everything is situated accordingly, all of this should just plug in over the top, like so. Just get all of that nice and situated there. We can then close in these side sections here, and just make sure everything is aligned, otherwise there will be gaps. There we go. And then we can just do the final finishing touches and then just plug in the sides of the truck there. And there we go. There we have Nemesis Prime back in truck mode. So there was my review of Studio Series The Last Night Nemesis Prime. Definitely a worthy upgrade to the original Age of Extinction figure, and I do quite like him. There are a few flaws that I kind of wish could have been remedied for this rendition of Optimus, but hey, you take what you can get. But as he stands, it is an amazing figure, and I would totally recommend picking him up. So yeah, there you go. So don't forget to check out my other reviews, and I will see you in the next one.